Okay. Okay, it's a couple minutes after 8, or actually my clock says 8 o'clock on the button. We will call the meeting of the Irvington Architecture Review Board to order. As is usually the case, we will start with continuations and or revisions, and then go on to new matters, and the new matters will be heard in ascending order based on the order in which they were received by the building department. We will start, there is one cancellation from new matters. It was ARB 2239, the solar panels for 23 Main Street. They have not completed their neighbor contacts, so we will have to hear that next meeting. All right, we'll start with continuation, or actually a revision. ARB 2109, 90 Fargo Lane, exterior elevation changes. This is a Ferguson Malone project.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, how are you, John?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Deb, can you hear us?
I can, thank you.
Okay, I just want to make sure you can hear us and we can hear you. Okay, John, I think the best thing to do would be is to go through your letter about this application and the changes that were made.
So I think the largest change is the addition of a wood deck to the south side of the building. So if you, these drawings are a little busy, but this portion here, this bubble refers to a new deck that has been added, or an additional deck that has been added to the south side of the pool. So the swimming pool is here. The deck space was just in this area here, which was actually over the roof of a garage. It was a roof deck. So this is a freestanding deck that's being added to the side. Also the same, so what happened is one of the stairs that went down on this side has been eliminated, and the staircase has been added to the dining room deck on this side. In terms of how that affects the...
John, has this been submitted and approved by, or did it have to go through back to planning?
It did.
And/or
Yeah, it went back through plannings. There wasn't an increase in coverage, but the coverage was relocated, so we still had to go back through that process.
what about ZBA?
There was no ZBA involved because we're below allowable on everything, so there was no. We never had any variances on this job. It's all below allowable.
Okay. Sounds good.
So here you can see from the rear elevation, the side that has south, this is the area where the deck has been added. This is the area of the staircase that's been added to the dining room deck. This is the elevation of the staircase coming down from the dining room deck. I think I went one too far. And then from the side elevation, this is the front of the house that faces the street, so there isn't really much modification there. So this is the change. This staircase was closer to the side of the house, was about 5 feet closer, and this enclosure was closer to the house. The other change is that the deck railing was a single post railing everywhere, and it's been modified to be this double post railing, which is basically two pieces of 1.5 by 1.5 steel tube, and a regular rhythm. There's lighting that's associated with this deck that's been modified. We had always shown lighting in the handrail, but the lighting is now just in this area of the double post. So there's a little LED strip that's an outdoor quality LED strip that sits in there. It's full cutoff, so it meets the requirements for the dark sky, and it just will put a little bit of a glow on the floor, or on the ground, and where each of the railings are.
And I noticed that, is that fence below, in the center of that drawing, an existing fence that's the reason why it's not the same as the rest of the fencing?
This is a pool fence. that was part of the original design as well. There was a pool fence going around the stair as it landed, and a pool fence at the bottom. Yeah, this is the same design. We're not really changing the pool fence. We're just changing the configuration of it. It's a aluminum pool fence. It's not a custom product like the rest of the house. It's sort of a shame. Yeah, but it's code required.
Okay.
Uh,
Just one.
One other thing to note is that there's a little recessed area in the deck here. So there's like a recessed seating area, so you can sit kind of low in the pool. So that seating area is screened by this wood slat assembly. And I think that is shown in section here. This is sort of a cut through that assembly where you can see there's a little bench. This is the deck of the the level of the walking surface of the deck, and then there's a little seat, and the deck acts as a little bit of a back, and then there's a kick space, and all of that assembly is being hidden by some slats. That area, ultimately, we haven't proposed that anymore, but I do imagine that area will eventually be planted the front of that, so it probably won't be that visible. And then to go back to the letter quickly, the deck, the exterior railing design, the lighting, the posts, stair to the dining room deck. So there's also a wood screen and deck at the upper level. We've added a hot tub to the roof deck at the upper level. So there is again, not facing the street, but the rear side, there's a hot tub located in this area here. So what we've done, because of the requirements of the hot tub and the pool, it's basically a swimming pool, and you need to not be able to stand on the edge of that and go over the deck. There's the railing design up at that level has been modified to be taller, and in those areas there would be a glass panel that at least doesn't block the view, but it provides extra protection in that area. On the north side, we have developed a detail that blocks the view from the hot tub to the solar panels and the open roof. And we think it's a pretty good detail, I hope. So it takes the slat system that is in the wall of the building, the north wall of the building, and it sort of lets it open up. So it takes the same slat assembly, but leaves space in between it. So it becomes a screen. So the wall, this north wall of the building sort of morphs into a screen as it goes across this area. And it's to limit your view from the hot tub onto the roof, but also to, provide privacy from the north. This is, again, not something you would really see from the street. It sort of clarifies and cleans up that area. I think there's a few other items.
Two exterior doors that are being removed. You want to show us where they?
Yes. So there are exterior doors associated with, there was a vault kind of in this area that was an existing concrete porch, and underneath it was sort of a shed, but it was basically a concrete vault. And there was a door that would have been from the kitchen of the existing building that went out the side elevation, and that door was right here. So that whole assembly has been removed. That room that was the kitchen is now a laundry room, so it was sort of a little nutty to have a door and all of that work associated with the laundry room. So that was sort of a functional clarification, and then also like a value engineering change. And then down at the lower level here, there was a door from the lower level basement. This room, which is sort of a playroom, multi-purpose room, there was a door directly out to the yard. And that door has been removed because there is a door from that basement level between the gym and that room right in this area. So it seemed redundant. So we like that just in terms of cleaning that up. There were retaining walls in the rear yard. That would be in the more obvious in the site plan, but basically in this area here, there was a retaining wall system here because the pool had a regeneration pool. And the regeneration function is now just incorporated in a system of filters, so that pool's been eliminated. And so if we go quickly to the site plan, I'll show you where that change was. This may have been picked up in an earlier. So that system of retaining walls and the regeneration pool for the pool was in this area. So that all of that work's been eliminated.
All right.
And then the last one, the board form finish. So we have this finish on the outside of the building. Which is a simulation, a concrete tile that simulates a board form system. And then that has been limited to it was shown around the pool, and for value engineering reasons, it's been limited to the area that is seen from the street. So from the front elevation of the building, as you come down the driveway, you would see both these retaining walls here, and this has the board form on them. And then as you go around the corner, I guess here in this area, you can see that's the retaining wall that goes up to the front entry. That has the board form on it, and this whole garage area below has the board form on it. And then when it meets, there's a pier, a concrete pier here at the corner of the building. It stops, and then where we had shown the board form around the back of the pool here, it's switched to stucco to match the rest of the rear. So the existing building the existing portion of the building had been that's a block foundation that we were planning to stucco that always, and that was in the original drawing. So that stucco, instead of stopping here and switching to board form around the pool, now the stucco is going around the pool, and the board form is limited to basically the front of the house.
Okay, I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
It's in the letter anyway.
Yeah.
I will have ladies go first. Deb, any questions, concerns?
No, none at all.
Nothing.
Nothing, looks good.
Okay, I will then make a motion to approve the revisions. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care, John.
Okay, we'll move on to the new projects and start with ARB 22-36, 5 Hillside Terrace exterior elevation change. Anybody, sir?
Hi, can you hear us?
You can.
Okay, hi. I'm Jessica O'Reilly. I'm here with my husband, Paul O'Reilly. Paul's going to pull up our plans here. I don't know, are they already up?
I don't see them yet.
Okay,
You-
he's
you-
sharing his screen. Just give us 1 minute here.
Oh my God.
Give us a second. He's still working on it here.
Not a problem. We're used to this.
Okay, good. We're usually pretty tech savvy people. Okay, we
How's
should.
that?
You see it now?
Yeah.
Good, there we go. Okay, you want me to just tell you a little bit about our project here?
Sure.
Okay, so we've always found our asphalt roof, our very large roof there, to be very visually unappealing. So what we're proposing here is adding these 2 dog shed style dormers that we feel like would really add to the character and charm of our house, as well as hopefully the neighborhood. So our plan's actually very simple. It's almost entirely aesthetic because we're only adding about 30 cubic feet of interior space. The planning board has already approved that. So this project is all about just adding curb appeal to our property. So as you can see from the plans, our plan is to add 2 standard size Anderson 400 series, 6 panel over 6 panel, 30 by 46 windows. They are going to meet the stretch code of the 0.27 U value. The clapboard is going to be painted to match the existing house color. That's Benjamin Moore Woodlawn Blue. The shingles are also going to match the existing oyster gray Timberline brand shingles. Our engineer is Stephen Costa. He couldn't be here tonight. What he did was he centered them to the roof line so that they would be what we felt to be the most visually appealing. So again, we're just really hoping to add some curb appeal to our house. We think that this will add to the character and charm, and hope you guys agree. So I don't know if you have any questions for us.
I don't myself. Anyway.
No, that's good to know.
Okay.
Deb?
Okay, great. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward project.
Looks it, and it was well detailed. Okay, I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
very
you.
much. Right on.
Thank you.
Okay, let's give him a second to. Stage left. Okay, we'll move on to ARB 22-37, which is 3 Jaffrey Court fence.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Hi, it's Nicola Coddington.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, everybody.
You have the ability to show us your application, your proposal?
Not really. I could show you some pictures, but I don't have like the whole application ready to share. I didn't realize that was going to be required.
Did you have one in your application?
Sorry?
Did you have a presentation in your application that we can maybe pull up somewhere else?
I just had pictures.
All right, why don't you show us what you got?
So, close some of my windows here. Okay, share screen.
Yeah, maybe we should try.
Okay, so this is pictures of what the new fence will look like. The existing fence. So as the application says, there's existing picket fence on the west side of the property and the northwest edge of the northern boundary that we're going to add a couple of matching sections of picket to. And then there's a section of arborvitae that are too tall to have a fence go through or around. So then the next section is the privacy fence. So there are currently 3 sections of 6-foot privacy fence, 5-foot solid with currently a lattice top. And we are changing that to, we're asking to change that to a solid top with a picket fence cap, like the top one, like the top picture in these 3 pictures. These are what the fence company sent me as examples of the custom fence. And
Without the knobs on the top?
without the knobs on the top, right? And we thought that the pickets would be more in harmony with the existing full picket fence that's on the other side of the property.
So what you're
And-
saying, Nick,
yeah.
is the picture in the middle is showing us what it is you want to do?
No,
With
the
the
picture
pickets?
at the top, because we wanted the enclosed cap rather than the sort of spear pickets, just because it's a little more privacy and it's also, I think, better for the lifespan of the wood. So, and it's going to be stained basically to look like weathered cedar, which is what the rest of the fencing is. And then, so in addition to replacing the 3 sections of existing privacy fence, we're adding a 4th section. So instead of 3 8-foot sections, it'll be 4 7-foot sections, and then it'll make a right turn, and then it'll return to the house corner with a gate. That's so we can enclose the yard for our dog.
Nikki, do you have anything showing the actual property and where these fences are going to be?
Well, that was in my application. Do you not have that?
Could you pull it up, Sarah, please? Sarah's going to try to pull it up.
And Rick, if I may ask, do we have pictures of the existing fence in the application?
Sarah, could you zoom in on it a little, please? Thank you. Okay. So with this up now, Nikki, would you want to tell us where these new sections of gates are going?
Right,
Or,
okay. So on the west side, you'll see there's picket fence, and it extends for several sections along the north property line. And then we are proposing 2 new sections to match the existing picket fence, where I've indicated in red on the left there. And then there's black arborvitae, which are too big to, put a fence around or through. So that's just going to be, non-fence section, except we'll add some black netting along, about 3 feet of black netting along the bottom so the dog can't get out. And then, so along the patio on the right side, there are currently 3 sections of the 8-foot sections of the existing wood fence, 5-foot plus a 1-foot cap. And we're replacing those with 4 7-foot sections along that property line. Then it makes a return. And then there's a gate that swings inward to enclose the yard to the corner of the house. And the gate will be scalloped as in the top picture that you saw before.
Rick, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so if I could ask the applicant, so I'm having a difficult time following what you're proposing. So if you don't mind, I'd just like to break it down a little bit. So when you write in the diagram, wood fence, and we'll start with where it's in front of the stone wall along line. Do you see where I am? You're saying that
On the
is,
west
what is-
side. On the,
Yeah.
on the west side you're talking about, right?
well, it's not marked west, I don't think, but
Well,
I'm reading.
on your left, on your far left.
Yeah, so let's call it, so that's west, it's west. It says stone wall along line. So
Right.
if that's your west,
Right.
you're saying in that area, wood fence, what is in existence right there?
A 4-foot picket fence, standard picket fence.
Okay,
And
do we have
that
do you have a picture of that or a photograph or a schematic? Do we know what it looks like in the application?
No, it's just a cedar picket fence.
Okay, and then if that is, if that's west, then I'm looking at north, it says wood fence.
Right. So,
Okay. And that's, again, is a 4-foot picket fence?
right. So just, just to backtrack a little bit. If you look at the bottom of the screen, the front of the house, the fence starts at the corner of the house, the lower left corner of the house.
So
The
we're
picket
talking-
fence, there's an arbor with a gate, and then the picket fence goes around the corner, goes up the west side of the property and makes a right turn and goes along the north side of the property where it stops, where there are some arborvitae, which are rather small and spindly and do nothing about.
Okay,
to-
and so, okay, so I got you. So you have a south, a west, and a north wall, all of which are a 4-foot picket fence. And when you talk about sections, you're referring to those as 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3?
Well, they are adding sections of that same picket fence right there on the left, where it's marked in red. Okay. And then there's this gap of the arborvitae.
Sorry, so I'm not on that red north wall. I'm still trying to understand because there's references to sections being replaced. So I just want to confirm that when I'm not looking at the red, I'm looking at what you wrote was wood fence, and you have a portion of it that's the south wall. Then you've got the west wall, which is along the stone wall, and then you have the section that's the north wall. That's existing 4-foot picket fence that's not being replaced, correct?
Correct. It's
And are
only
those-
being added to with 2
Okay.
additional sections of picket fence on that left. And then on the
Okay, so
right,
I'm just gonna pause you just for a second. So then we pick up in the north where your red is, and you say 2 new sections of 4-foot picket fence. But at this stage, are you adding the topper?
no,
That's No,
No.
so that's still just a matching 4-foot picket fence that you're adding 2 new sections, correct?
right, because to change styles right in the middle of the fence would be disruptive, I think.
Yes, I would agree. And then you're gonna keep moving north or where it says wood fence stone patio.
Right. So
That-
currently,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, currently what's there is the 4-foot picket fence that's coming down?
No.
No.
Currently, what's there are 3 sections of 6-foot privacy fence, solid 5-foot plus a lattice 1-foot. And I have a picture of that in my phone if you need to see that, but I don't see why it matters because I want to change it. And so there's 3 sections of 8-foot. And in order to add the correct dimension to extend it to where we wanted to, we changed it to 4 sections of 7-foot long sections, but still it's the same height as the existing privacy fence, 5-foot with a solid section and a 1-foot capper.
Okay, and then when you refer to sections, is that a standard measurement of the width of the fence? When you keep-
Well, It's the section between posts.
Okay, and how long is I mean, what's the run here? What is that representing? What is this section?
So it's changing from 3 8-foot sections, which is 24 feet, to 4 7-foot sections, which is 28 feet to here, to, I guess you're not, I'm watching your screen, not my screen, but to the corner, right above where it says gravel.
Mhm.
Then it
Yeah.
makes a right turn, goes down.
Mhm.
And that's another section. I think it's 6 feet. And then it connects with, I believe it's a 42-inch gate to the corner of the house.
Okay, so you jumped ahead of me, but so the red that then is along the eastern side of your house, that's a new 6-foot wide section or 6-foot high section? I'm not following.
Okay. Everything on the right there is 6 foot high with 5 foot privacy, 5 foot solid and a 1 foot cap. So a total of 6 feet, which is what the existing fence is, 6 foot high. And so we're replacing an existing 3 sections and we're adding a few sections and a gate.
Gotcha. It wasn't clear from the drawing that there's actually an existing fence where on the east side that's coming down. That's where it's
There
located.
isn't, there isn't.
There isn't.
No, that's what we're adding. I thought that, I don't have the description in front of me, but I thought we added that, we said that.
Well, I know you're adding one privacy section to replace the 6-foot privacy. I'm reading my notes from what I had read in your application, but that's the point where, and then when you swing around, the gate is actually facing south, correct? That gate's not on your east side, it's the south side. That's what I'm looking at. Right, it closes it off there, goes right to the patio.
Closes it off there. I mean, yeah, it's on the,
And that connects to an exit. What does that connect to at that stage? That gate, what does it connect to? This is where it says stone patio,
it connects to the house.
connects to the house.
So there'll be a post at the corner of the house, and then the gate to enclose it.
Okay, Rick, did you get all that?
I did. And that's basically what I gleaned from the application when I read it. Tough to think about it without actual photos, but I think Nikki did a good enough job to let us know what it is exactly she wants to do.
And the black net, what is that? Like a like it's not a fence, it's actually netting.
It's 3 foot high plastic vinyl mesh that's going to be attached to black metal posts, which will close off the bottom of the arborvitae without interfering with their light or growth, so that the dog can't get through the bottom of the arborvitae.
I think that's pretty well hidden by the arborvitae, so I don't have an objection to that.
Okay.
Anything else, Deb?
Nope, I think I got it.
Gentlemen?
Back to the pictures of the fence. Can you go back to the other slide? What's the middle fence? I was a little confused about that. The wooden cedar in the middle that's crossed out. Is that anything or no? That's
It's
Not part
not
of the
anything. That's why it's crossed out. It just that that was
so
the
the-
page, the way the
got it.
page of custom photos that the fence company sent me. And we're, using the top one with the scalloped gate as shown, but without the knobs.
That's all I have.
Oh,
Nothing? Okay, I get it. I will then make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Four. Okay, thanks, Nikki.
Okay, thank you.
All right. One more to go. We will now call application 22-38, 107 Harriman Road, windows and doors.
If you're gonna make the presentation, please hit the raise hand button.
Hello, let me turn on my video. Wait a minute.
Okay,
There we go.
okay. You have the ability to put up your application?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Hang on. I guess I need to share my screen. Wait a minute. I'll do that now. I'll try to do that now. Hello. Mm-hmm. What I need is a 14-year-old who knows how to do this.
don't we all?
Oh, come on. Well, I've got it up here, but I don't know how to share this. Wait, how's that not going to work? Share screen. I guess it doesn't trust you guys. Is there any way to bring it up on your end?
We can work on that right now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. Great. Okay. First of all, just right out of the box, I want to say that I think the hard copies that you got had the last sentence of the narrative where I gave the paint colors. What got uploaded, and then ultimately I tried to re-upload. I guess it didn't update, but just for your benefit, I just wanted to read that last the way it should read now, which is to say, in terms of colors, the owners have indicated their intent to ultimately repaint the exterior of the house a dark charcoal with white trim, and hope to find a suitable bright red on the warmer orange side for the new front doors. So the reason I included these original photos, these original drawings, was to just show that really the signature facade on this house is the one facing Harriman Road. And that's the one we're actually going to be changing back to the original, which is on the next page. These are the two elevations that the one labeled left side, that's the one we're putting the bathroom window in upstairs. We're changing that bathroom window. And what's evident is from this and from the drawings that we produced is that that left side changed slightly, either right after construction or during construction back in the 60s. The rake board on the left side was removed and the two middle bathroom windows were made smaller. And there was a second bedroom window added. Those will come up in the elevations that I submitted in the photographs. So if you just scroll, can we scroll through? Yeah, so there's the front elevation. Just back up a second there. That's the one on Harriman Road. That's the one that's most architecturally, say, cohesive. And those are the double doors that we're putting back, essentially. If you scroll, go ahead through, that's my photo key, so you can keep going. Basically, I walked up Harriman Road and I came back down Sycamore. So on the first floor, that's just to show that our existing single door with side light is getting taken out and the double doors are going back. I think really the most important part for you is going to be the elevations, the 200 series. That's the bathroom upstairs. There you go. So drawings 1 and 2 on this sheet really talk about what we're doing. There's the front elevation, drawing 1, and that's where we're putting back the double doors in the same opening. And on the west elevation, drawing 2, you can see that those are the windows that really all exist in that facade. There are all these sliding windows, and they're the size shown and the configuration shown. And what we're doing is taking that upstairs one and replacing the slider with an awning.
Is there a way to show the awning?
Pardon me?
Is there a way to show the window with the awning?
Yeah, it's labeled there. It's, if you zoom in, you can see it. Yeah. Scroll down a little. There you go.
Let's go up a little bit. There you go. Okay.
So the balance of the presentation is really the facades that exist, the photographs that I took along there, along Harriman and along Sycamore.
When you say awning window, does that mean it cranks from the bottom?
Yeah, it'll swing out at the bottom. So it's number one, it'll be a better window than was probably put in the 1960s. It'll seal better. It'll be more, I mean, these sliding windows, considering what the house is presenting as itself in the front, it doesn't hold to that on the side elevations. Those sliding windows really have little to do with the that sort of vernacular. So what we're really going to do is just have a singular pane that we feel will seal better. It'll be a better U value on that window, and it'll ventilate better and more reliably as you can crank it open.
Is the window right below it also a bathroom?
That's also a bathroom. Yeah, we're not touching that. We're not doing any work in that on that part.
So you didn't think that you would want to replace it with the same type of window as above?
Well, we didn't. We're not changing that bathroom around.
Do you have any questions?
Yep.
Is that a no? I didn't hear you.
No,
Yes, I know.
sorry.
Anything?
Nothing.
No.
Randy? Okay. We don't have any additional questions. I will then ask for, I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any housekeeping or anything to add other than the fact that we are going to lose Deb tonight.
Now,
Well, we've worked on a lot of things, Deb.
we did. It's been a lot of years, and I am very grateful to have worked with you in particular, Rick. You've been an outstanding chairperson. It has been a privilege to serve with you, as it has all the other ARB members, and I thank you for the leadership and education and camaraderie. It's been a lot of, I've really, really enjoyed being on the ARB.
I echo everything that you said. I think there's many groups of people in this town that need to thank you. The school board, the historical committee.
Mm,
I know, there's many, many other things that you've done for the village, and I just want you to know how much we all appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. It's been a joy. It's really a privilege. So we are not saying goodbye, that's for sure. I just, as of the end of the month, will no longer be, or end of next month, I should say, no longer be an Irvington resident, or that I would continue to do this from New York City, but no such luck.
I do, and I appreciate the sentiment. Anything more that you want to add? We
No,
good to
really,
go?
I think it's been, I think the village has been well served by the ARB. I know when I was on the Historic District Committee, I personally wanted to be on the ARB because I knew how complicated it would be to kind of adapt the Historic District guidelines and the law that was adopted and watch the ARB work with it up close. And I think it's taken some time for all of us to get accustomed to it and understand how to apply it. I still think there's a lot of room to grow and make it better, but I think this board has done a really good job of shepherding those guidelines and that law forward. And I think the village is not only better today, but it will be in the future as a result of the work that this board does. So I'm happy to have been part of all of this. It's been really enjoyable and challenging. And with my background in particular, it's something that I'm glad to have been a part of, and certainly working with you, Rick. It's a lot of hours you put in, and it's been a lot of time and quite a growth process for all of us. So I'm glad to have done that together.
Well, I know we will miss your historical expertise, that's for sure.
Call me anytime.
Be careful what you ask for.
Most definitely. Don't be a stranger, but thank you again.
Appreciate it, Deb.
Okay. All righty. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Hi, Deb.
I'll make a motion
Bye.
to adjourn.
Thank you,
Second.
Sarah.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.